Alright, so you're here because you plan to go hike up Everest Base Camp and you're packing and you don't know what to pack. Well, I'm here to help you. Welcome to Travel with Tay, and today we're going to talk about what to pack for Everest Base Camp and what I wish I packed. So I just returned from my trek from Nepal about a week ago.
We're at 5,000 meters above sea level. There's no words for these mountains.
And I've just unpacked and washed everything, ready to show you guys what you need to take, what I packed, what I wish I packed, and if I even used it all. So I did the Everest Base Camp trail, 14 days just up to Everest Base Camp and back down, just the default itinerary. I didn't do the glaciers, Gokyo Lakes, etc. So went up to Everest Base Camp and went back down. All right, guys, let's just jump straight into it. What did I take? What did I need? What did I wish I took? Pretty much, I used everything here. There are some things here that I didn't bring back, such as wet wipes and face wipes, baby wipes, things like that that I used over there and I just threw out. I didn't bring that back and I just didn't want to buy some more to just show you guys. I'm not that dedicated. I used everything here except this. My Swiss Army pocket knife. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't have to use it to just, cut off my own arm or anything else that these things are ever used for, apart from their most useful feature, the bottle opener. So everything else here I used. Everything was used. I packed really light. My backpack was weighed in at 9.8 kilos. Now, don't fear, because if you forget to pack anything, you can buy them in Kathmandu, in an area called Tamil, where they sell everything that you can imagine. Just remember that there are a lot of counterfeit products over there, a lot of fake things, a lot of fake bags, fake shoes, whatever. But you can get anything that you want in Tamil. And even up as you go into the mountains, there are shops everywhere. There's a huge market in Namche Bazaar where you can buy heaps. You can even buy your backpack there if you want. All right, first things first, your backpack. This is my Osprey Atmos 50 litre. It was hella good. It sat on me perfectly. It was such a nice bag. Check out the review for this up here. Sorry, it's probably totally wrong. But this bag was just amazing. So nice on my back, really, really comfortable. I planned to carry this up and down the mountain, so I didn't really need a backpack. Everything of mine was in here. Most people on the mountains do hire a porter and a guide, so they usually have their day packs on and their porters are carrying up their big, massive bags. If you want to do it all by yourself, all by myself. If you want to do it all by yourself, just take a bag. A 50 litre is plenty enough to get you going. Let's have a look at clothes, starting from the inside to the outside. The essentials: my undies, underwear, pants, they're inside out, panties, we call them panty in Korean. Underwear. I took 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you, sounds disgusting over 13 and a half days, but I wore 2 for 12 days. 6 days each. They're nice and fresh now, but man, I can tell you that they were nasty, terrible before. Ooh-wee. But nevertheless, as I said, 3 easily. As I've mentioned in my video, there are 5 ways to wear your undies. Straight on, normally, back to front, inside out, back to front. Sorry, 4 ways. Sure, your shit and your piss may touch in the same places, but you're climbing a mountain. You're not there to wear new undies. You can pack 4, 5, 10. If you have a porter, if you have the luxury of a bigger bag, go for it. but they were more than enough for me. Socks. Now, before we get to the socks, we need to know what kind of shoes we were wearing. And so I had these were the Merrell Gore-Tex trekking boots. I forgot what they were called. You can do base camp with trail runners. You can do it with sneakers. The bloody porters and guides do it in flip-flops, in thongs. We call them thongs in Australia. They walk the mountain in thongs. So I'm a first world precious child, so I needed my boots. But honestly, you're going to climb over some really sharp rocks, really uneven surfaces, so I do really recommend yourself getting some really nice boots. Wear them in as well before you go to the mountain, please. A lot of people just buy them and go to the mountain and complain about their feet. Wear them in and they'll be your best friend. I'm not gonna kiss it because the amount of yak shit on the Second pair of shoes, flip-flops, thongs. What do the English call these? Jandals. I don't know, maybe. When I was at the tea houses, I'd wear these, but they did get cold. I wish I had more of a warmer slippers. Yeah, I do recommend taking these thick ass hiking socks. So when I'm wearing my hiking boots, I like to double up with my socks to make it more softer. It helps with the blisters, it helps from all the abrasions and rubbing and the friction and you know that stuff. I took 2 pairs, getting windy, storms coming. I really got to stop filming outside. So 2 pairs of socks. I don't know where the third sock is. I managed to just go with the 1 pair up and down, pretty much. I wore the second pair just because I could. I mean, they barely, like, I don't sweat much, you know. If you're a heavy sweater, if you're, you know, if you got some, you know, heavy BO, take some more like undies and everything with you. But you know, personally, I don't sweat much. I don't have much BO. It's the perks of being like an Asian, you know, we're hairless dolphins. So yeah. I just managed with this. I took 1 pair of sock, 2 socks, 1 pair of sock. I wish I took a bit more. I wish they were a little bit warmer because as we went higher into the mountains, the air gets thinner, the temperature drops. And so I wore these with these and my feet were still freezing in the tea houses. So I wish I had something a little bit more thicker. So just as you go up, take your socks with you. Okay, pants, shorts, and compression tights. Also nice for the weather when it's warm. I wore these a lot. The compression tights really helped with my legs. You're hiking an average 8 hours a day, so these really helped. I really enjoyed having these, and plus they make you look sporty AF. My hiking pants, oh, they're clean now. They were brown and yellow from down here before, from all the dirt, all the yak shit. Let me tell you that there is so much bloody yak shit on this mountain. You will not believe the amount of yak shit. There's more yak shit than there is ground. Anyway, back to my pants. So yeah, these were my trekking pants. I did wear them. So when, you know, these got wet, I'd wear my shorts and vice versa. Swap them around. Hopefully you won't have any rain, but I did have rain. And because I had rain, I did use my waterproof pants as well, which I put on top of these pants. However, sometimes when you're walking and it just suddenly comes down, you're gonna get wet anyway. So I couldn't be bothered, you know. And I went on through. But some waterproof pants were great when I started off, and when it's really cold as well, they're windproof and they're nice. So pants are an essential. You do need to wear them. It is not socially accepted if you run around the mountain in your undies, and you'll probably get hypothermia and die. My PJs, aka my tea house wears. I wish my fleece pants didn't have these cute little lines. I wish they were just black because everyone knew I was just wearing pajamas. But when you're sleeping, it does get freezingly cold. So this and this, my fleece pants and my fleece top, were a really good addition to my bag. I used them every night. I slept in them every night. and when it was cold, I'd just wear them around. So make sure you have some nice fleece pants, fleece jumpers, just when you're at the tea houses to stay warm and drink tea as you do in tea houses. So they were really, really good. Sorry, so I'm just gonna go back from the outside to the inside. T-shirts. Before I left, I watched a lot of videos, and people, they took these merino T-shirts, these crazy sweat wicking T-shirts. I didn't even need to worry about that, to be honest. I took 4 pairs actually. 1, 2, 3, and 3 now, and a long sleeved one. I honestly could have done it with two. Just a T-shirt and a long sleeve T-shirt. When you're walking at lower altitude, it does get really hot, and you are walking. So sometimes, a lot of the times, I walk around in just in a short sleeve T-shirt from Uniqlo. If anyone wants to know where it's from, because 99% of my clothes are from Uniqlo, because they're cheap and they're fun. And a long sleeve one. As I got higher into the mountain, it did get colder, as I keep saying to you, and this was nice. Oh, reminds me, I forgot my jacket. Sorry, I knew I was missing something that I couldn't even live without on the mountain. It's just because it's so hot right now that I didn't even think about it. So remember guys, mountain climbing, hiking is all about layers. You want to wear your layers like an onion. You want to be able to strip those layers off nice and easy as you're walking. The worst thing you want is to be overheating or to be too cold. When you're cold, you just want to put another layer. When you're hot, take them off. Common sense, you know how it is. So on top of my T-shirts, I had a fleece jacket here. Just a nice fleece jacket here. This was my golden child. This, I just love it, it's like the best thing ever. It's cool, and it's warm. It's everything you can wish you could be. And then on top of that, when I'd usually start my days off, finish my nights, would be a nice down jacket. So with the down jackets, guys, I went in September, October, and this was more than enough for me to keep warm. I saw people in huge, heavy down jackets that you could use in the North Pole, and they are so unnecessary. Something nice and light, just to keep you warm. This is from Kathmandu. It's not the city, the brand, but this kept me really warm. Layers. So I still haven't washed this, and it smells fine. It dries and deodorizes by itself. So 2 jackets, that's all I took with me. Now, on my head, I didn't have a hat. I don't burn too much, but I wish I did take some sunscreen with me. Please do take some sunscreen with you. I'm from Australia. Our sun is bloody strong here, and I tan, and I'm used to this, but the sun on Mount Everest, I don't know, because it's closer to the sun by 3,000, 5,000 meters, doesn't sound much compared to the millions of kilometers it is to the sun, but the sun still feels a hell of a lot stronger there. And I left my sunscreen thinking, oh yeah, I don't need the sunscreen, I tan pretty easy. I'm good with the sun. I wish I took it, because I got really burnt everywhere. And I bought this quite high up, and as you get higher up, everything goes with that higher up, like the prices go up as well. And I bought this for almost $15, which is a lot of money in Nepal. No hats, no thingos, but I did have a beanie and a neck warmer. I also bought this beanie on the mountain, quite cheap. It's a North Face, fake, of course, and I only wore it 1 or 2 days. When I actually reached base camp, I wore that. Same as the neck warmer, I only wore that as I got to base camp, where it was minus degrees, or close to when it was freezing, literally 0 degrees and minus. So they are all my clothes Now let's talk about accessories. Let's talk about everything else that you need. A water bottle. The essential to life. Water. You need to drink water. This I recommend for everyone. Anyway, this could probably even change the world. And this is Life Straw. It is an amazing drink bottle that filters out 99.999999999999999% of all bacteria, diseases. If I can open it with one hand, diseases and everything. I literally just got this. So it's a filter and you suck through it and just comes out. It's not as fast drinking as a water bottle, but it's still really good. This is a must for everyone and anyone. I don't like chlorinated water. I don't like the taste of it. It just makes me, it just feels like I'm drinking pool water. This, I drank straight from creeks. Tap water there, you know, that tap water up there has feces in it, shit, probably more yak shit and just human shit. And I never got sick with this. This is an amazing design. It's just, I think it deserves, do they give Nobel Prizes for designs? This could change the world and provide clean drinking water for everyone. Life Straw, I'm not advertising it, get it. It also saved me more than $50 in buying water bottles if that's your thing when you go up the mountain. And it's good for the environment. Good on you guys at Life Straw. You guys are game changers. Toilet paper. You do need toilet paper, all right? However, you can get toilet paper all throughout every tea house, all up and down the mountain. This is all that's left over. I use 3 rolls. I chuck a poo in the morning, that's about it. And I use 3 rolls. And this is my souvenir I came back from the mountain with. I don't know why I brought it back. I think it was just to show you guys. Toilet paper. So let's move on to the toiletries. These are my toiletries. Toothpaste and toothbrush. I didn't take this toiletry bag. I'm just put it back in here. But I just put these in a Ziploc bag and this is all I took. I didn't take any shampoo, any soap, any face wash, any moisturizer, anything like that because I did not shower for 14 days. Yes. I did not shower for 14 days. And yes, it is disgusting. When I had my first shower when I came down the mountain, I almost cried in the shower. My friend said to me, why didn't you just cry in the shower? No one would even know. And that's a really good point. I should have just cried in the shower. But just the things that we take for granted in our developed countries really hit home there when I couldn't shower for 14 days and I didn't feel human. But towards the end, I just felt gross, like bacteria. However, I do wish I took with me a towel. Because I didn't think I was gonna shower, I thought to myself, oh, I don't need a towel. But then there are taps over there. You do need to brush your teeth. And so when you brush your teeth, you know, you wash your face with water or whatever, it's wet. And I didn't realize that I needed a towel. So I bought one up there as well. So I wish I took a towel with me. Just get one. This is a small microfiber towel, just to pat down your wetness. You can shower up the mountain. Water does get scarce from about 3,000 meters up. However, if you have the money, you can get all luxuries that you like. Showering, charging, etc. You can get all the luxuries, but you just need to pay for it. And I think it's something like $7 a shower or so. So it's not too bad if you want to do that. But I thought, screw it. I also wish I took some soap with me because everything was so dirty after a while. I just wanted to wash my hands with some soap. So I did buy some soap up in the mountain in Namche Bazaar, but I threw that out as I was coming down because it was getting disgusting. So I wasn't a complete grub. I wasn't completely disgusting because I did have wet wipes. I've used them all, so it's not here. Please get yourself some wet wipes. I did get some ones for my face. I realized later that it was makeup remover. I don't even know the difference between a wet wipe and a makeup remover, but you tell me. So I used that, I threw it out before I came here. Poncho. My first poncho I took from home was given to me by my mum. Thank you, mum. But it did not work. It leaked completely through, so I threw that crap out. And I bought this also up the mountain for about $10. It's a huge, heavy duty. It's been a real challenging day to record today. So my battery ran out and I've been filming the last 20 minutes without any sound. So here we go again for the third time in a row. Ponchos. Now, you do need to prepare yourself for any wet weather. I got this on the mountain. It's quite heavy duty, but the air flows underneath, so it's a great poncho to have. You need to prepare for all weathers up in the mountain because the weather can change instantaneously. I also do have a backpack cover, my Osprey backpack cover, which I just slid over my backpack. And as I'm walking, I can put any jumpers and anything into the sides here, slide it in case it does get really hot here. A book, The Art to Happiness, from the Dalai Lama, His Holiness, because he was around Nepal, because Buddha was from Nepal. I thought I'd give it a book, a read. If I had the cash, I wish I did have a Kindle, because when you're hiking from 7 o'clock to 2 or 3 o'clock every day, you finish up your hike, you have the rest of the day to just sit around in the tea houses, and there's not much to do. So there's no internet some places, so you just read a lot of books, talk to some people. Again, you can always pay for internet, but I just didn't want to pay for internet. First aid kit. Luckily, I did not have to use my first aid kit. Okay, it's raining. My camera doesn't die. So luckily I didn't have to use my first aid kit, but I also put my medication in here. What did I have here? My multivitamins. Because on the mountains, all you eat is carbs, and more carbs, carbohydrates. Because I avoided meat for 14 days, because everything is carried up the mountain. And when the sun's hitting your back for all day long, for many days, food like meat's definitely going to go off. So I would avoid meat, definitely, until you hit back into Kathmandu. So water purifying tablets I did not use because I did have that beautiful life straw which I was telling you about before. Blister packs, which I didn't have to use because I doubled up on my socks. Diamox. So Diamox helps with altitude sickness. I tried to go without it, but I did get altitude sickness at 4,000 meters. So I started taking it. The side effects were super tingly fingers and headaches and just going to the toilet about 20 times a day to urinate. I've never pissed that much in my life. Thanks Diamox, but I don't know if I could have done it without it. I was getting severe headaches. I couldn't breathe. It was pretty intense when the altitude sickness kicks in. Your standard painkillers, your paracetamol, your cold and flu, gastro stops in case you get diarrhea, in case you get cheeky and you're like, yeah, I'll have a beef or a buff momo, which is buffalo momo, or a momo, which is a dumpling. And you know, you want to risk it, go for it. Just make sure you have some diarrhea pills, gastro stops, to help with the stomach. So yeah, they were the pills and so they were all the medication. I do have asthma as well, so I did take my Ventolin puffer, which is not in here. So really look into what kind of medication you need to take up. I do recommend having anything. Your health comes first. I saw a lot of people come down the mountain due to altitude sickness as well. So just always put your health first up there. All right, a map of Everest Base Camp. I read this map inside out because I had finished my book and there was nothing else to do. So I really know this map. I've also ripped it plenty of times. Climb all the way up to Everest Base Camp here and all the way down. So it's nice to have a map. Obviously you don't need it. You can download maps.me, which I do recommend you download. It works even without internet. So Maps.me is a real lifesaver if you are doing this completely alone, because some of the signage you cannot see at all. There are two passes. There are three passes here. The TIMS card, the Trekkers Information Management Systems card, you do not need anymore. I paid 2,000 Nepalese rupees for this, and I can tell you 100% now that you do not need it. You don't need, they don't even check this on the mountain. So I just got it just to show you guys and to confirm with you guys that you don't need it. So you guys owe me 2,000 rupees. I'm just kidding. 2 national park permits. The Sagram National Park permit, which is 3,000 Nepalese rupees, and the entrance fee to Everest Base Camp, which is 2,000 rupees, a total of 5,000 Nepalese rupees, which you can purchase on the mountain. You don't need to go get it at a travel agency, anything before. So I can confirm with you 100% that you can just jump on that plane, go to Lukla, and get everything that you need to go up that mountain without dealing with the pesky travel agents in Kathmandu. Wallet, phone, the absolute essentials of life. I don't need to explain the necessity of these. My glasses, my prescription sunnies. I do recommend having sunglasses that don't reflect like this, because sometimes the sun comes into your eyes and you can't see rocks and sharp edges. So maybe some like nice polarized sunglasses for you. My Centaur Core watch, which told me the altimeter, the barometer, and everything. I'll leave the link somewhere up here as well for this watch as well. Just fun to see the altitude and look at my watch and see 5,000 meters. No wonder I can't bloody breathe. My camera, the DJI Osmo Pocket. I love this thing. This thing was absolutely amazing. This is what I did my vlogging on. This is what I'll do all the editing on the actual Everest Base Camp trail. There's a little mic adapter that I bought and that you can put on here. I'll leave this description as well, somewhere here, maybe here, for a review of the DJI Osmo Pocket. Really lightweight, such a great camera. Electronics. So I have a universal adapter, which I used 3 times on the lower places, because you do need to pay for electricity as the higher you get. So start using these on the lower places. Keep everything charged up as much as you can, because it does get quite pricey to charge up your power banks and your phones. They charge something like 600 rupees for a full phone charge and 1,000 to 2,000 rupees for a battery pack. Power banks, yes, power banks. So I took this power bank, which is a Anker Power Core 20,100, which has 20,100 milliamps. I don't know what the extra 100 is for, but it definitely helped charge my phone at least 4 times, and my camera heaps of times. I only had to charge this once in the whole trip, up and down, for the 14 days, and I kept my phone and my cameras all charged along the way. Although I did not use my phone all the time, so just lay off the technology. Things that I wish I also packed were these, my knee braces. As I climbed the mountain, I realized my knees weren't as strong as they used to, which comes with old age. And so I wish I could have took these from home. I bought them on the mountain, but they were a little bit more expensive up there. So remember, you can get anything on the mountain, so don't be worried if you've left anything at home. Things that are not here are my trekking poles, which I bought in Tamil, but I left on the mountain because they sort of broke on the way back down, but they were absolutely essential. Another thing that I wish I took were earplugs. Oh my gosh, when you're tired and you want to sleep, usually you knock out, but I'm a light sleeper, and all the walls are paper thin, all the flooring is timber in the tea houses, and you hear every footstep. So every time you're sleeping, you just hear do 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 all night long. So earplugs I do wish I did take with me. I almost forgot. Sleeping bags. This is a Sea to Summit Thermalite Reactor Fleece Liner. So this is a sleeping bag liner. I did hire a minus 20 degrees Celsius sleeping bag in Tamil for about $1.50 a day, and that was so unnecessary, especially for the months of September, October, Maybe if you go in December, yes, I use that sleeping bag about once. Every tea house that I went to had thick sheets, thick blankets, and you know, usually it's a twin room, so I'd get the blanket from the other bed. So all I did need was this bloody fleece liner, this sleeping bag, so just in case the sheets were dirty. Other than one tea house, every tea house had big blankets. I could have gone with this. I could have saved myself how many dollars? $1.50 per day times by 14. Math is not my strong suit, so I'll leave that to you. And just the weight of it all, the big sleeping bag, it took like a good a quarter of space of my bag, and it added another 2 point something kilograms to my backpack. And 2 point something kilograms extra on your backpack when you're climbing a mountain feels like 500 kilograms. So I wish I just had this. You do not need a sleeping heavy bag. You don't need a big sleeping bag when you're climbing up around the months that I did go up. So that's pretty much everything that I took up and down the mountain, everything that I used, everything that was essential to me. It was an amazing trip. I will make some videos on the actual trip itself, but for now I do hope this has helped you, and I do wish you a safe journey up. I do wish you a safe journey up that mountain. It is amazing, a life-changing, a humbling experience. One of the most hardest physically things I've ever done in my life. I'm not going to pack this into my bag like every other YouTube packing video because I've just unpacked everything and washed everything, so I'm just going to leave it because it's been a long video session making today. But I do want to thank you so much for watching, and of course if you guys like my videos, please subscribe, like. You don't need to comment if you want to, and I hope it helps. Until next time, I will see you later. Peace out. Bye.